Rec League podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Podbean, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 180. Available now. Yo! Whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just saw The Strangers, Chapter 3. It is the third and hopefully final piece of this Renny Harlin Lionsgate Strangers series. It stars Madeline Petch, Gabriel Basso, Emma Horvath, Richard Brake, and is directed by, as I said, Renny Harlin. He's got some shit, but he got a lot of turds as well. He did A Nightmare on Elm Street 4. I want to say The Dream Master. Don't hold me to that. I'm blanking. He did Die Hard 2. He did Cliffhanger. He did The Long Kiss Goodnight. He did Deep Blue Sea. And after that, it gets murky. I don't completely remember. I want to say he did 12 Rounds with John Cena. I know he did an Exorcist prequel. He did a Hercules thing the same year that The Rock's Hercules came out. And then I have no idea. He did the Strangers trilogy. This is the conclusion of what this is. Whatever you think this is. This was my least anticipated movie that I knew I was definitely going to go see this year. And I will be hard pressed for the next 10 months and 3 weeks, 9 months and 3 weeks, to find a movie that I enjoyed less than this. It's just like that mid-credits teaser trailer during 2, like, hinted that Richard Brake, the sheriff, and Madeline Petch were gonna, like, devise this plan to get her to infiltrate the Strangers and become one of them. Inevitably, I was assuming just to stop them. That is not what happened. The writing sucks. The script sucks. The tagline for The Strangers Chapter 1 says, "They don't need a reason." Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 then spent 3 hours just giving us reasons, trying to justify, trying to humanize, trying to explain why the Strangers murder people. And then they spin it like the scarecrow, baghead, burlap sackhead dude is like this kind of like deranged, like Dexter type of character. He's not. He's a dipshit who is just crazy. Early the fuck on, there's a scene in this church where he's just like outing himself, and it like relieves it all the rest of the tension in this movie. It just kind of just fucking evaporates. This movie is not scary. The first 2 weren't scary. The first one, like, I feel like I've went on this rant 3 straight years now. The first one is just is a rehash. It's a boring, stale, loosely remade movie that was way better in 2008. The second one is just Madeline Petch on the run. That's all it is. It starts off like it wants to be Halloween 2, and then morphs for like one scene into some Friday the 13th sequel. Let's say 4. Let's say 3. And then there's the chick that has her, like, you know, in her crosshairs. Before she takes an arrow through the eye, she starts to say that the sheriff, she gives a hint. Like, that's the thing. I always want to, like, shit on, like, the Star Wars sequel trilogy or, like, the Jurassic Worlds of the last 11 years that didn't have this narrative through line from sequel to sequel. These 3 movies, from opening credits of Chapter 1 to the end credits of Chapter 3, knew exactly what they were doing the whole time. They knew where they were going to go, and they knew exactly what was going to happen from 1 to 3. And it still sucks. There are, like, there are characters that show up, protagonistic characters that show up, and all they do is show up to get murdered. They like they provide no relief, no help, no motivation. They just questionably get into this one thing to end up dying. It, like, bro, why? Why? These characters had no narrative elevation to this story. There are scenes where, like, I'm going to go into spoiler territory. I don't want to. Because, like, while I did not enjoy this movie, if you are interested, I fully encourage you to go see and form your own opinion. I just think that when Lionsgate acquired this franchise, they had no idea what made the first movie unsettling. Every single time I watch the original 2008 Strangers movie, it creeps me out. It is unsettling. It is tension-filled, anxiety-ridden horror. I've grown to appreciate Prey at Night. It's like Halloween Kills. Halloween Ends was so dookie water bad, unenjoyably bad, that it made me love and appreciate Halloween Kills more. I appreciate The Strangers Prey at Night so much more because of these three movies. But I feel like that was the logic at Lionsgate. Let's give the strangers a backstory. Let's strip away everything that makes them creepy. Let's take away the because you were home. Let's explain why. Let's talk about Tamra. We need to know who Tamra is. No, the fuck we don't. We don't. We don't need to know about these little Mormon kids in their school and they're killing animals and just elevating to people and all this other shit. That takes away any scare factor that these movies might have. Like, I'm so fucking glad Lionsgate lost Saw to back to James Wan, like a horror master, by explaining, like, first of all, the hypocrisy. Like I said, chapter 1, they don't need a reason, but the sequels give you reasons A through double fucking Z as to why these three people murder people. It's fucking stupid. It's cash grab. Let's milk the property. There was no creative. George Costanza. There was zero artistic integrity put into these three movies. And like, there's just so many dumb writing decisions in this one. I feel like it's my least favorite of the three. It's just so bland. It's just so blandly pointless. Like, scenes happen, and then the music plays, and then the grand finale of all three of these movies is just so, like, uncomfortably stupid. It just doesn't make sense. If they're like, I'm not a special features guy. I like having the movies to watch the movies. Like, I see you guys on Instagram, like, jerk off over special features or cry about 4Ks that don't come with special features. Boo fucking who. But I would watch the special features of The Strangers Chapter 3 so Renny Harlin could explain why the fuck he decided to let some of these things go. It's just like Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, I need the explanation as to why the kid from the new Silent Night Deadly Night was so important to Halloween Ends. Like, some of y'all motherfuckers just think you're so clever that it ruins the movie. And while, like, I don't mind chapter 1, like, movies get remade all the time, it's still pointless. Most remakes are pointless. Whether it's Scarface from 83, whether it's fucking, I don't know, what's another just mind-blowingly amazing remake? I can't think right now because I've got Stranger's brain that it's just so blandly dull, bro. Like, it's so blah. Again, if it's your thing, I hope you've seen the movie, made your decision, then watch the review. But for me, while, like, I didn't outright hate this movie, it's useless. It's pointless. And yo, the one thing, like, I got in the middle of the movie, I got into the podcast group chat with my dogs and was just like, bro, like, with everything she's been through. Like, because there's a part where Madeline Petch picks up a shot glass. Her nail polish is perfect after everything she's been through. It's as gold and as fucking shiny as a fucking Oscar. Why? Her, like, it should be chipped. Like, it should like have dirt and blood caked under her nails. She should look like shit. And aside from a couple marks on her face, she looks perfect. So with all that being said, I will say that in my opinion, The Strangers Chapter 3 is straight. 2 out of 5. They could have... There are a couple things that could have made this a 1.5. But thankfully, even with the music teases and illusions and foreshadowing, whatever the fuck they were going for, they reeled it in a little bit. We have another slasher movie coming this month that should blow this shit the fuck out of the water. Have you seen The Strangers Chapter 3? Hopefully, if you're watching this, you have. What you think? Positive? Negative? Somewhere in between? Let me know. I just put up a review for Wonder Man. Last weekend, I reviewed Send Help. The weekend before that was Mercy. Next weekend, the plan is to watch and review Crime 101 and GOAT. After that, we'll see. I want to watch and review How to Make a Killing, but I don't think my theater will get it. So then, Scream 7. Rec League Podcast, we recently talked Sam Raimi, Oscar nomination reactions. Next episode is still up in the air. Be on the lookout, man. Like, subscribe, comments. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.